with Top Rank,
Yeah.
took on, that's a good direction for you. I mean, you got
Yeah.
the other guys like Puliv and Fury on this under the same banner. I know that people were kind of talking about that, maybe that there was going to be a Fury fight or you and Fury fight sometime soon. Tell me a bit about why your decision to go with Top Rank, because I know that Eddie Hearn was like saying that you wanted to sign with him and not with Top Rank, so I'm not quite sure you want to respond to that.
So listen, you can always ask me a question. I'm always going to answer it 100% truthfully. I've never lied about anything in my life when it comes to boxing. So my whole thing was that I've been in contact with the Zone and a lot of the CEOs and stuff like that. And after the whole thing with AJ hit the fan, they all told him we wanted to work with you back. We want to get things back on track. I said, no problem. I mean, it's a team effort. You know what I mean? I handle what I have to handle and be back. So my whole aspect of when I approached Eddie Hearn was like, listen, we have a good thing going on. Yes, something happened on my side and I have to deal with that. But, I'm very vocal about it. I want to get back with you guys. I feel like everything was good. Everything on Matchroom and the Zone was a tight unit. I like the way how the things were maneuvering. So, of course, I said, listen, I apologize, but I want to get back to work, and this is the route I want to go, But Eddie is very two-sided and two-faced with certain things. He'll say one thing to me, say something to another fighter or promoter, and then he go on camera, and you're like, hold on. We just had a conversation. Like, how are you going to throw me under the bus or talk that kind of smack when you just was not having that same energy? So, and I approached him after that again, and it was like he doesn't say it to your face, but he'll say it on camera when you're not around to defend yourself. And that's when I had a problem with it. And I say, you know what, I'm done. I'm trying to be the nice guy. I'm trying to be proud about it. Be manned up, stand up for my situation, keep it moving. But for him, he acting like a real, girl. Or not even a girl, like a sissy father. That's what I want to call it. He's acting a real sissy. So, Top Rank came to the table. It wasn't my initial first move because it was people through the Top Rank line that were contacting me and calling me. So it wasn't until I actually got into face-to-face with Bob, he flew me out to Vegas and we sat down and talked, and he just leveled off with me and told me, hey, this is what we plans we got in the pipeline for you. Listen, I'm from Brooklyn. Shit don't always go as planned. This is life, blah, blah. And he just leveled off with me. We in his office and we just talked about old stories and stuff. And he just like, Clay, listen, man, it's life, man. And boxing is going to knock you down. You got to learn how to get up. And it was really a conversation like I needed to have with somebody, I had that conversation with Sam, I had a conversation with Bernard Hopkins. But, Bob really sat me down in his office and really, like, talked to me as, like that grown man, like that grandfather figure. Like, listen, this is the kind of shit that's going to happen all the time in life. You either man the fuck up, lick your wounds and get back to work. And this is kind of playing, So that kind of sort of resonated with me, and not only as a man, but as a fighter and a human being. So I said, let me give him a chance. And when the paperwork started seeing the first paperwork, I'm like, it's all right. It wasn't too bad. And then Bob said, no, we want to give you a better deal. And I said, all right, the numbers add up. I'm like, shit, that's what it's all about. So let's make it happen. So it was a little iffy, not on Bob's side, because we had Dimitri Salita still involved. And if anybody knows Dimitri Salita, who's a former fighter, he is not the world's best business guy. Like he's just, I don't know, the kid is just 37, but he's going on 18. You know what I mean? He has freaking Captain Crunch for brains. So me have to deal with Dimitri Salita and deal with Bob now. That was the only situation. He was the middleman in between the situation because I still had promotional rights with Dimitri Salita. A lot of people don't know is that I own 70% of my own contract. Dimitri owns 30%. So we had to figure that out. And we were supposed to be back on the Deontay Wilder Fury the second fight, rematch. And because of his incompetence, we wasn't able to get the deal done in time. And ESPN moved towards Charles Martin and Gerald Washington, which was actually a boring second fight. But, it is what it is. So was looking to come back May 30th. And, of course, coronavirus comes out now, puts a halt in everybody's plans. So we don't know exactly when we're going to return yet. But we're hoping to get back, I would say June. And then we fight again on the Deontay Wilder Fury, third and final episode of what was going to happen on that night. But, yeah, man, so it's a lot of good ideas, The main thing is just trying to keep a smile on your face and just train, because it's going to happen. We're going to be back there.
Yeah.
And stay away from ignorant and, stupid people. Simple as that.
What have you learned? What's been the big lesson in everything for you? What have you taken from what's happened and learned from it moving forward?
Haste make waste. You know, that's one thing I've always heard. Haste make waste. But you know, I've always been the kind of person to always do my own research and do my own homework. And the one time I really didn't put the best effort in is the one that cost me the most. Just having people in your corner that's not money hungry, that actually cares about your well-being. Because, like I said before, you know, Eddie Hearn, Demetrius Lida, the whole promotional group, everybody knows I'm dealing with an injury from when I fought Marius Watt the year prior to that. And I constantly kept fighting to get myself into position for heavyweight, for a title shot. And then finally got a heavyweight title shot, I kind of put my surgery off, and that put me in a position to look towards other methods of dealing with my injury. And it cost, you know, but like I said, it was me that got me there. My mouth, my skills that got me there. No, I didn't pay my way to get here, you know what I'm trying to say? So I said, you know what, if I got myself there once, I'm gonna do it again. It's plain and simple. You know, but it just taught me haste make waste, and not everybody that smiles in your face is not your friend. You already know that. You know, not every promoter is looking for your best interest. It's all about money when it comes to boxing. All about money. Even people you know I know Dimitri going on 15 years, and he's still a scumbag when it comes to talk about dollar bills. You know what I mean? So I know this guy. So that same thing, different day.
Mm-hmm. Now, Anthony Joshua listed you as one of the 6 he wants to face before he retires one day. Reflecting back on everything that happened with Andy Ruiz filling in for you last minute, do you feel the outcome would have been the exact same had you still fought Joshua?
I would have put Anthony Joshua in a casket. Put it out of return. I would have put a hurting on him so bad that boy would never look in my direction ever again. So I had his number. And I know Ben had his number. A lot of people don't even know that Andy Ruiz was actually coming out to help me for sparring. I was gonna have Andy Ruiz in my training camp. And a lot of people says, why are you gonna have Andy Ruiz in training camp? He's short, he's chubby, different fighting style. I'm like, you guys understand fighting, man. You know, once you're a fighter, you understand the art of it, and you know what's good. I've tall guys, I'm short guys that can fight inside. And he's a good inside fighter. Those combinations very well, fast hands. May not be the greatest outside fighter, but what I need him for, I know he's great at. And I tell people, I don't think Andy's gonna win a decision, but if AJ try to mix it up with him, Andy's gonna whoop his behind. So I'm trying to say, so done. You try to mix it up with Andy, and he clocked his behind. You know, so yeah, if he'd have fought me, I'd have put a way more hurt in than Andy did.
When you think back on that, when you look at Anthony Joshua's physique, I think it was quite evident that he was putting on that additional weight, building that extra muscle because he was preparing for you. Do you think that was the difference in his performance and why no?
My thing is this: you got to think about it. When people don't want to look at the facts, right? A lot of fights in the Olympics where they fought in London and AJ won. A lot of the fights were given to him as gifts. His first 12, 13 fights were like gift fights. You know, there wasn't really durable guys. There weren't really guys from America or guys that are really seasonal. They were kind of journeymen. So you look at AJ, he turns pro mid-220s, 219, 221. Then he goes to 250. Then he's fighting around, walk around 245, 250. That's not his natural weight. How did it get so big? Who knows? Protein shakes. I don't know. English muffins and fish chips. So you're going to go from 250 now to go up to 265 or 205. A guy that normally walks around 300 pounds. And that's not going to – I can run a 6-minute mile at 280, 290. He's never done that before. So how can you fight somebody in his weight class where I'm more comfortable at? It would have hurt him more than anything. His best chances was to be lighter, 230, 225, and that still would have backed him up and hurt him. See what I'm trying to say? So him getting bigger for me would have been the dumbest thing he could ever did. You see what I'm trying to say? So the smaller guy, and you look at Andy, Andy's still a big guy. Andy 260-something, you know? So the weight is not really about the weight. It's about the skills, really. You know? I mean, styles make fights, you know? So, you know, I don't think the weight would have made a difference. It actually would have hindered him even more. He'd have been a sitting duck. He doesn't have better legs than me. He doesn't have better eye coordination than me. He doesn't throw as much punches than me. He doesn't come forward like I do. He's not a bull. That's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of people were saying, oh, it was a fantastical second fight. I'm like, no, if you watch all his previous fights compared to he fight Andy, he ran. He jabbed and ran. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like he's landing really great, clean shots. You know what I mean? But if you really watch the fight. Technically, you're like, that's not a Floyd Mayweather kind of boxing, or even or Andre Ward kind of technical boxing. Even Bernard Hopkins, because you can see the confidence in their movement, the way they throw punches, the combination, how they spin off, they turn off. That wasn't a really confidence performance. It was more like, okay, I'm the chicken, so I'm gonna, scrape him and run. No kind of fights. But he did what he had to do, But no, a lot of people in America wasn't impressed with it.
I know that Eddie Hearn is looking to make the fight between Joshua and Fury. Who wins that fight for you?
Fury. More hard, more durable. Uses his jab better. Technically better sound guy. Even though it's a little awkward. Like I said, I've sparred Tyson before, and Tyson can't do nothing to me. I'm trying to say, and that's because of leg movement and head movement. Joshua can move his legs.
Tyson says something completely different than that.
Oh yeah. Tyson said, "Oh, I dropped him 7 times." That's the biggest load of shit I've ever heard of my entire life. Okay, but Tyson was on his way coming back out from his ban and going to lose his situation, so he's looking away for getting. And I was hot at the time, so I get it. Me and Tyson are cool, so I get it. But Tyson knows it's not true. You know what I'm trying to say? I've never been dropped in sparring once my whole entire life, so that was the biggest crap I've ever heard of my life. It's funny when I heard it, but Tyson give me my props for this dude, so I know that's what it is. But
could you imagine the build-up between you and Tyson Fury? Like me week, all that'd be wild.
It'd be good. It'd be good stuff. It's gonna be good stuff, So, like I said, out of every fighter other than myself, and I know I'm not afraid to admit it, Tyson is one of my favorite heavyweights. Not only because he's a pretty good fighter in the ring, just a good person outside the ring. So I'm trying to say, people always says I like to bash fighters. I said no. I know I'm the nicest, humblest, one of the most humblest dudes you ever meet in the world. I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I've done had guns in my face. I'm not about that. I'm trying to say, but when it comes to boxing, and when it comes to fighting, and if your name gets on a contract, I'm gonna beat you behind. It's war. So, but outside of that, I'm cool, And Tyson, one of those guys.
Friendship once you sign on the dotted line.
There's nothing. If we're all in the top 10. We all can't be friends. Like, some of us have to really hate each other. You just have to.
Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button so you can get notified every time we upload a new video. And we also have a free app available on iTunes and Google Play. So make sure you go and download that. Bye, Fight fans.